Hi everyone, Red Reefer here. Welcome to this tank update. So, to start off, some good news on the house side. So we actually sold this house, so that's good news since we already bought the other house. So everything is coming together, and that means that in June we will start migrating this tank, to a new one. So now the search for a new tank can begin. I'll keep you updated on that, and let's get going. So a couple of things. First, I want to clear up something that was discussed last week. Last week I mentioned that my sand sifting Goby died, and that's of course a very sad thing to happen. And I mentioned that I would buy a new one, which I have, by the way. And then I saw some comments about the fish being underfed, which was actually the case because it was starting to get very thin. Although I'm not quite sure if the reason was starvation or that there was a different reason, because I did see the Goby eating mysis and krill daily, every day. So even I feed quite a lot, as you might have seen in a previous video, and if you don't, I do. And I've seen this fish eat daily. So either it's related to them not digesting food that well, but it definitely had its fair share of food every day. So if it was starvation, then it's definitely possible, but I'm not quite sure how, because it did like to eat a lot of mysis and krill, and you might have seen one of the videos where I feed mastic, and it ate the mastic quite aggressively, even scaring away other fish while going for it. So I just wanted to clarify that a bit. And of course, the fact that I've bought a new one that hopefully won't starve this time. If it does, then it might still be related to there's not enough fauna found in the sand of the tank. But up until now, I have been keeping sand sifting starfish for years. These have been in here for, well, they have been migrating from tank to tank, so I think I have these two sand sifting starfish for at least 5 years. And, well, they've been doing fine for the last 5 years as well. Not losing any legs, not showing any signs of starvation. Also, as you can see, the mandarins doing well. Pretty darn fat, if I might say. So, again, starvation, well, sounds weird. So moving on, I did buy a new one. It's underneath these rocks. It's still a bit scared. It comes out at night. You can see its head popping out right now. It's still a bit scared of other fish, but I've seen it eating mysis as well. So whenever I feed it, or it will come out, it will feed on mysis, and during the night it scours the reef and filters the sand, but it's just a little bit scared at the moment. It's just a small fish, and the other fish are quite big, so I can see why he's doing that. So he's under there in his small cave, filtering the sand. I'm sure he will show up more frequently next week and the weeks after, so it's just getting used to the tank, getting accustomed. Something else I wanted to share with you, which is not very good news, is that I've seen Montipora eating nudibranchs, slugs, in my tank. As a matter of fact, they're wreaking quite the havoc, as you can see right here. I'll show you from the side. They are pretty much destroying the Montipora in my tank. And the funny thing is, there's not much I can do about it. Because this Montipora has attached itself all the way to the back of the tank, and to get it out I need to take it all out, and I haven't found the courage, the motivation to do that yet. So as of now, my Montipora are getting wiped out. Of course, not a very nice thing to happen, but yeah, well, that's life, I guess. So you can see right here on the back of the glass, right now it's nice and focused on that the slugs are eating it bit by bit. So yeah, I've been thinking about what to do. I don't actually want to add any more fish, so I have been told that adding a yellow or a 6-line Resi might fix it. They might eat the slugs. Of course, taking the Montipora out and dipping it quite aggressively with coral dip or weed killer might be a solution. But then again, yeah, not really an option, since I have quite a lot of Montipora, which is also attached to a lot of live rock. As you can see right here, it's quite hard to take it out, and even if I did take it out, it's pretty spread out through the tank. So yeah, I'm not sure if I would be able to eradicate it all. So if you have some other solution other than adding more fish or taking out the coral, please feel free to suggest. And otherwise, I fear I'm going to lose some or all of my Montipora, which is not nice, but yeah, well, such things happen sometimes. Other than that, the tank has been running quite stable. This one is still soaking about. I don't have a lot of things left in my mind what I can do with this to get it more alive or more motivated. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to make them. There was one suggestion that I might try, and that's moving it to an area where there's a little bit more flow, but I'm not quite sure where that would be, since the entire tank is quite full already with corals. So if I had to move it somewhere with more flow, it would be around here, I guess. So what I could do is I could move this Goniopora, this red one, or this yellow one, green one, but I really don't want to mess with this one, since it's so brilliantly placed and waving in the current. So it might have to be this one. So if you think it's a good idea, from experience perhaps, to give it a little bit more flow, feel free to confirm this in the comments, or deny this if you have similar, or if you have different experiences. So it's quite a problem-riddled video today, and yeah, well, other than that, I'm still quite pleased with how everything is going. So apart from the Goby dying, which is sad, apart from the Montipora eating slugs, which is a nuisance, the tank itself is running fine. Like I mentioned last week, my macroalgae are doing great. So that's Caulerpa, Taxifolia and Racemosa, and they are doing pretty great. So apart from the problems that I just mentioned, the tank itself is doing fine. And of course, I'm looking forward to June, when we will start moving the tank, moving all the inhabitants, corals and fish to the new tank. And for now, I've put my tank in sort of maintenance mode, so I won't do any much more changes to it. I will try to keep it as stable as possible, not adding any more fish, not adding any more corals, or at least I'll try not to add any more corals, but as a reefer you might know how hard that is. And for now, everything is doing okay enough. So thanks for watching again. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.